Yo, what is going on, guys? Hutcho322 here, back, and today, guys, I'm bringing you yet another ASL video, and I'm sorry that this is a little bit late, but it is here nonetheless, and I have for you guys ASL Season 4 Week 3 weekly recap, and by a little bit late, it's just later in the day, just because I hadn't recorded it the day before. I'm basically recording it and it's going up, but anyways, starting out with the matches, we have a 4-0, 1-0, 2-0, 6-0, 4-0, 3-0, 6-0, and very important announcement before I actually get into the stats and stuff like that. So as you guys know, Gumby replaced Demaster as head of Pick'em Crew. We swapped Pick'em Crew, so now Pick'em Crew is on what's it called? Pick'em Crew is on Mondays, and then transactions and playoff implications will be on Tuesdays. And transactions is late. That should be up either like right after weekly recap or the next day. And then we did swap fantasy and power rankings. So fantasy will go up Saturday and power rankings will go up Friday. So with that being said, let's go ahead and hop right into the first match. First up, we got the Hartford Whalers taking on the Utah Hoots. And nice match between the two of them. But TCP was able to edge it out and get a 4-0 victory. Edge it out? What am I talking about? He got a 4-0 victory. That's not edging it out. But, sorry about that. Anyways, let's go ahead and hop right into the match. I have the wrong one up, don't I? Don't act like that didn't happen, okay? Didn't happen. Definitely didn't happen. I'm all disoriented. Anyways, we got a Rotom, Mo, and Latios lead. The Sylveon is going to come in to absorb the Draco Meteor, since Sylveon is a very good swap in. Nice nicknames, I like it. Delta and Trixie. Nice nicknames, nice. So out comes the X-Cloud. X-Cloud wanting to put a lot of pressure on TCP, as it does. Out comes Teeny. And X-Cloud going to go for the Overheat, which doesn't really do anything. If you would have gone for Boom Burst, that would have done a ton. Victini wanted to U-turn on the incoming Rhyperior, getting out to Manaphy, which Manaphy gets a free Tail Glow essentially. But TCP is gonna opt to go for the Surf, as Manaphy would need Dazzling Gleam to touch this Kyurem, which it shows that it doesn't. And Kyurem is gonna drop a Draco, doing a bunch of damage to this Skarmory. Out comes the Rotom Mo, which can pressure off Skarmory, as Skarmory is gonna go for the Roost, getting it up to Sturdy, which is nice. And Rotom Mo going for the Volt Switch. Since it does not want to stay in on or be threatened out by Venusaur. So he's going to go into Dodrio, then double out into Rotom Mo, likely predicting the Skarmory, but still gets a fair prediction there, getting the Quagsire, so good plays on his part. Getting into Sylveon and Mega Venusaur. So TCP is going to Mega Evolve, go for the Sludge Bomb, as Suzy is going to go ahead and go for the Calm Mind. Not too sure why he did that. To be fair, he doesn't have Mega Venusaur swap-ins on this team that he brought, but he is going to get the Mega Venusaur down to 12% from a lucky crit. He otherwise would have got it down to like 25. This Boom Burst would have killed it anyways. It would have killed it from half. So out comes Latios, and Latios is going to drop a Draco and actually kills the X-Cloud. So if that is Scarf X-Cloud, then that tells Suzy that this is a Scarf Latios. So he can go into his Rotom Mo, not needing to make a prediction, just goes for the Shadow Ball and gets big damage off. Goes out into Rhyperior, not wanting to take a Choice Scarf hit potentially. Or just, well, if it's Choice Scarf Rotom, but Victini naturally outspeeds it. So Rhyperior just wanting to get a little bit of damage off on this Skarmory. TCP is going to get a crit. I think that mattered. I think it mattered. But Rotom Mo comes out, threatens this thing every time. Can go for the Thunderbolt. Definitely Suzy probably would have wanted to get a Volt Switch off or a Shadow Ball there, but nonetheless, Latios is going to go ahead and drop a Draco, and TCP is sitting in the driver's seat of this match and basically just wins it with any variant of Victini, to be honest. Rotom is just going to go for the Shadow Ball. Unfortunately, does not pick up the kill on the Latios, and Latios, even at -4, is going to be able to kill this Rotom. And if Suzy has Swords Dance, he's going to want to click it now. TCP, not wanting that to happen, is going to go to his Quagsire. And he's actually going to get crit with return, so it's probably a good thing that Suzy did not Swords Dance. But Dodrio is not going to be able to get all the kills. Does loads of damage to this Manaphy. And Manphy's going to launch off its Hydro Vortex, picking up the final kill of the match. That's going to be the game. The Hartford Whalers are going to take a 4-0 victory over the Utah Hoots. One sec. Moving on to the next match, we have the Washington Wailords taking on the Florida Floatals. This is a game where it was edged out. Very, very close match where Rocker did, picking up his first kill or first win of the season in a 1-0 fashion. Let's hop into it. With a guard chomp and Drudagon lead, favoring Drudagon since Drudagon can do some work to this guard chomp early. Cam just wanting to glare it, paralyze it, then go into his Primarina and can put on a lot of pressure. He is going to overpredict here and goes for the surf. I've noticed that Cam overpredicts a lot. I respect the fact that you're making a lot of predictions, but it's like at some points you just have to play straightforward. So just a little tip of advice. Unless he doesn't have Moonblast. I don't know. So out comes the Ditto turning into the Araquanid as Rocker's going to show off Toxic. He's going to show off Soak, and he's going to show off Citrus Berry. Might be trying to Spiderweb Rest. Because Soak, Toxic, Rest, Spiderweb is a set. On Araquanid, it's a very bulk. It's like a stally set. It's Toxic stall stat, to be honest. But Araquanid is going to get a Toxic off on the Primarina before it is going to drop. And out comes Muck, since Muck can take any hit from this Primarina and can go for the Ice Punch, predicting the Sand Slash to come out. So interesting stuff there. And Muck going for the Brick Break, trying to do what he can. And Bronzong going to go for the Trick Room. Muck getting off the Shadow Sneak as Bronzong can follow it up with an Earthquake. And, Muck's next Shadow Sneak is not going to kill the Bronzong, and Bronzong is going to get rid of the only thing standing in Primarina's way. But now Primarina does not speed anything, so interesting stuff there. Bronzong going to go for the Gyro Ball. Does fortunately live the Dragon Pulse, so Cam is going to get 2 kills with his Bronzong. Nice Trick Room, I like it. Since Rocker's team is hyper offensive and fast-based team, so I like it. So Sand Slash gonna come out on the Weavile. Does live any one hit and gets off the Rapid Spin. I don't know if I would have Rapid Spun if I was Cam. I would have gone for damage on Weavile, because if he kills Weavile, he wins the game. Weavile is the only thing that can actually. What's it called? It's the only thing that can actually win Rocker the game. But Cam is going to go stack off his Sand Slash to the Arcanine. Then Drudagon is going to go for the Sucker Punch as Arcanine kills with close combat. And then now that it is a defense and special defense drop, he can Cam can go out and do his Ditto, and he can just go ahead and click close combat here and get rid of the Arcanine. So then out comes out comes Medicham, my bad. Predicting the fake out, Cam is going to go into his Celesteela. He is going to be 100% wrong on that misprediction, and now he loses the game because he doesn't have Celesteela. He's going to go into his Ditto, does click the high jump kick, does a lot of damage, but Medicham can follow it up with an Ice Punch, getting rid of this thing. And then Prim goes for the Moonblast, but any hit from Weavile is going to be able to knock it out. So the Florida Floatals are going to win a 1-0 victory, improving to 1-2 with a -4, as the Washington Wailords fall to 0-3 with a -7. Moving on to the next game, we got the Arcane Arcanines taking on the Newcastle Nets, as Ian also picked up his first win of the season on the back of Cobalion, picking up 3 kills in the match. But for the Mets, Extra picking up 3 kills also put a lot of pressure on, so let's hop into it. We got Golbat against Hippowdon. This favoring Golbat, because it could just go ahead and taunt. Very good bring on Ian's part to use turn 1. You can go ahead and U-turn out into Landorus, since the only thing that Hippowdon can really do is go for the Ice Fang, which, depending on if Gumby has that or not, it shouldn't do a whole ton with the Intimidate. So Landorus is going to get up its Stealth Rocks and then wants to go for the Tectonic Rage, critting the Clefable. Don't really know if that would have killed. It might have killed anyways, but good job on Ian's part getting rid of that thing early in the match. He knew how much of a threat it was going to be for him, so he wanted to just get rid of it. So he's going to double out and double back into his Landers just to get the Intimidate off, but Extra Drill is going to go for the Swords Dance, so good plays on Gumby. He's going to get rid of his Landers, and Cobalion gets to come out. I don't really know why Gumby swapped, unless Choice Scarf Cobalion outspeeds Extra Drill in the sand, but I don't think it does. Stone Edge gonna come through here. Yeah, it definitely doesn't. I don't really know. I guess maybe fearing the Shukaberry, or I'm blind and didn't see Air Balloon. But anyways, this is a Guts Hariyama showing off its Flame Orb as Toxapex comes out on it. And Gumby's going to make a double into the Hippowdon because it can put a little bit of pressure on, as Ian is going to want to Toxic this thing. Just put it on a timer. Probably his best bet, because this is the only thing that really takes hits from the Cobalion outside of Hariyama, but plus Sandstorm, plus Rocks, plus Burn. 2 close combats likely takes it out. So Toxapex going out into Golbat, which Golbat likely the only Extra Drill swap left. It probably dies to a Rock slide, as Drill is going to go for the for the Swords Dance, and Ian wanting to just go for the Super Fang, going to go ahead and sack off his Incineroar, since it really doesn't outspeed anything left in the match unless it is Choice Scarf. Even then, it doesn't really do a whole ton. He's going to go out into his Toxapex, doubling out into his Crobat. Good play on Ian's part. Very good play. Because now he burns an extra turn of sand, plus he gets regenerated back on his Toxapex. So now he can go out into Cobalion and basically just claims a kill here. He's going to go for the close combat, finally ending Excadrill's Havoc. But out comes the Absol, and if this is Scarf Cobalion, he's staying in. And it is not Scarf Cobalion, so he's obviously swapping out. So the Absol going for the superpower, as Toxapex walls the living daylights out of this thing. He's going to double out into Cobalion, knowing that, I guess, Kyurem Black was going to come out, but Gumby is going to be mistaken and goes for the knockoff, meaning that with that justified boost, Cobalion is going to be able to kill this Hippowdon. Down it goes. Let's see what wants to come out next. Next is going to be the Mega Absol, likely wanting to just Sucker Punch here. Or no, it outspeeds because it's not Choice Scarf Cobalion. But Absol is going to go for the superpower into Toxapex. Not going to really do anything, since that actually does a lot considering it's to a Toxapex and it's not stab. So Absol just trying to whittle away at this Toxapex the best it can. Gumby's going to go out into Hariyama, possibly predicting the Toxic. Ian just went for the Toxic because it's a no drawback play. He wanted to catch the Kyurem Black because it wouldn't do anything to Absol because Magic Bounce, but he's a I almost said Toxic type. Oh my god. Poison type, so it's no drawback. But out comes Kyurem on the Toxapex, and the only set of Kyurem Black that will actually bring this game back is if he's sub Kyurem. So let's see what happens. He is going to go for the Z move, Z Hail. Since Ian got off the Toxic, there's no way that Gumby can win this match unless it is Roost Kyurem. And he's going to drop a Draco, so that basically means that Ian is going to go ahead and win the match with whittling it down with Toxic. And at the end, he could just go to Gardevoir, since Gardevoir lives a Sucker Punch, I believe. Not too sure. But Toxapex sponges the hits anyways and just kills it with Toxic Stall. Kyurem showing off the Blizzard. I love it, Gumby. Nice. Toxapex going for the Surf, doing that nice 1%, getting rid of Kyurem. Toxapex getting 2 kills in the match. Looking at the stats, like, jeez. Toxapex doesn't normally get any kills. But it's going to go for the Recover, and Absol just going for the Pursuit, showing off his set, I guess. Not really anything that Gumby can do at this point. And then Toxapex is going to go for the Surf, getting rid of that thing. And Gumby's going to miss the Rock Slide. Unfort. Definitely unfort. Then is going to go for the Rock Slide and flinch. So if he can flinch 2 more times, he can get rid of this thing. He's going to go for it, flinches again. So this is going to cost Ian a differential point here, as he's also not going to get a lower roll. Sorry, I had to take a dwink. But anyways, Cobalion is going to come out, close combat the Hariyama, and win the game. While it did cost him a differential point, Ian did win the match in the end. So this is going to be the game. The Arcane Arcanines winning a 2-0 victory, getting their first win of the season, and giving the Newcastle Mets their first loss of the season. Moving on to the next game, we got the St. Louis Samurott taking on the Inner Milotic, and Static has had a rough start to his season, to say the absolute least. 0-3 with a -18, And Anderson 3-0 with a +10. What else will we expect from Anderson? I mean, come on. Infernape being one of the weekly heroes. 4 kills, no deaths. Let's get it. We got a Gyarados against Komala. And favoring Komala just because it can Wood Hammer and shenanigans like that. But Anderson just wants to go for the U-turn. As out comes the Fortress. Static is going to swap out into the Weezing as the Infernape is going to set up a substitute. So nice stuff there. The Fortress is going to take a Flamethrower, gets down to Sturdy, and don't know what Static was thinking there, because he kind of just sacked off his Fortress for no reason. But he's going to go into Gyarados. He's going to first turn Mega. Again, I don't understand why he first turned Mega. You don't have to in the ASL. I definitely think he should have just stayed regular Gyarados, so he wouldn't have got an O-code. But anyways, out comes Blaziken. It's gonna prove to be Choice Scarfed. So this is a free swap into Anderson's Reuniclus if he wants. But he's gonna go for the Mach Punch. Don't know if that crit mattered. It probably didn't. Anderson's not the type of person to risk win cons like that, since Infernape's a win con. He wouldn't risk win cons like that, so it must have. I don't know. But the Rotom Frost is going to Volt Switch on out of there, as Komala does go for the return, proving that this is a Weezing. The Weezing is a Rocky Helmet variant. As out comes Whimsicott, as there's going to be a Wish from Komala, and Static is going to make a nice play, encore this Komala into Wishing, which I don't think Anderson cares that much about. But this Whimsicott is going to go for the fake tears. I love it. So this Moonblast is going to do a ton of damage to the Reuniclus, as Reuniclus just wants to go for the Psyshock. Then go back out into Komala since it is not encored. And this is a Life Orb Whimsicott, which we saw from earlier from the Moonblast. But Weezing is going to come out, gets crit, so unfortunate. But another return is not going to kill anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Komala just wants to go with the Pain Split, as Weezing is going to go for the Pain Split. I meant Wish on Komala. But Komala going for the return. Static might have forgot about the Comatose, but you cannot Toxic, Burn, Paralyze, Freeze, all that good stuff on the boy Komala. Which is a nice ability to have, to be honest, because it can't be stalled with status, which is a nice thing. That's why banded sets are kind of fun with Komala. But Komala is going to get a return kill with a crit, because then you can't be burned. But anyways, Static landing Blizzards in this match. I don't land Blizzards a lot, so this is odd to see. But out comes Infernape, and Infernape just grabs the last 2 kills. There's a close combat to the Rotom. And then whatever this Infernape wants to do, it could U-turn and probably kill. So that is going to be the game. The St. Louis Samurats are going to improve to 3-0 at a +10, and the Intermilotic are going to drop to 0-3 with a -18 after the 6-0. In the next match, we have the St. Louis Swablues taking on the BC Bibarels. And speaking about first wins in this week, there's been a lot. TG getting his first win here at a 4-0 victory. And now this is TG playing Mons. This is what we've seen him do in the past. Picking up 3 kills with Finny. Let's do it. We got Machamp taking on Mega Aggron, very much favoring Machamp. He's going to go for the Dynamic Punch. Don't really see a way for Malone to play around this. He just has to get confused and then just get Dynamic Punch 3 times, and Machamp is going to kill it. So out comes Scully. Scully wanting to sub up. Malone is going to continuously sub. I'm not too sure why. Like, he's just wasting speed on his, what's it called? Scully. He's going to make a risky play into Scrafty, but he's going to pay off getting half off on this Machamp. But then Machamp is going to go ahead and kill Scrafty. So Malone lost his answer to the Mew. The Armaldo is going to go for the X's are into knockoff, wanting to get rid of this Doublade Eviolite, as it's going to try and set up, but it has to be forced out. So Malone is going to set up his rocks, as bringing in his Aggron on this Tapu Fini. And he's actually going to set up a curse, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, he does set up a curse. And this pressured out Doublade, because Doublade cannot do anything. It can't do anything. No, that was bad. I'm sorry. But TG coming out and is going to go for the Fire EMZ, Inferno Overdrive, making sure that this thing drops. So out comes the Armaldo's. Volcarona cannot Oko it. Malone, knowing that, is going to double out into his Scolipede. Good stuff. Malone trying to predict the swap. He's trying to do sub up here. And he actually doesn't have Poison Jab. You'll see later in the match he doesn't have Poison Jab. I don't understand why he doesn't have Poison Jab. If you see a Finny, you prep for it. But anyways, Tapu Fini going for the Ice Beam, trying to do what he can. And Malone is going to pass this speed into his Tapu Bulu. And it actually looks like right now, Tapu Bulu wins the game. And it 100% does. So Malone looking like he's going to pick up a 3-0 victory here. And nope. Nope. Mons. What can I say but Mons? Okay, maybe Mew wouldn't have died. But come on. That would have killed. That would have killed right there. 90. It was 94. It would have killed. So very unfortunate. Very unfortunate indeed. Hacks really saved TG in this one, in my opinion. I don't think there's a way around this. If he doesn't get the Flame Body, I don't see how he doesn't lose if he doesn't get the Flame Body. Like, yeah, Malone, you had a good strategy. It's just, you know, either way. TG, you did play well though. But Tapu Fini is basically going to be able to wrap up this game, but Malone did not pack Poison Jab on this thing. That is going to be the game. BC Baby Rolls picking up their first win, as the St. Louis Swablues are still winless. Moving on to the next one, we have the St. George Dragonites taking on the Portland Timbers. 3-0 for the St. George Dragonites and 1-2 for the Portland Timbers. This is a 3-0 victory for the St. George Dragonites. Drapion putting on a tremendous amount of pressure on the Timbers. Let's hop into it. We got a Kartana against a Piloswine. Definitely favoring Kartana, knowing that EN is going to double out into his Mamoswine, as I'm going to make a swap into my Ferrothorn. And Ferrothorn going for the Leech Seed, pretty safe play. I'm going to go to my Cresselia, since Cresselia can take a +2 X Scissor. It can take 2 +2 X Scissors from this Howlucha. And out comes Drapion, and Drapion is going to show to be Max Attack Adamant. This is going to do a lot to my Piloswine. So, not wanting Piloswine to go down, I'm just going to go ahead and stock off my Thundurus, showing out my Yachi Berry for the Mamoswine. It was an Agility Thundurus trying to set up. But Hydreigon is going to miss a Draco Meteor, which is very unfortunate. It would have almost killed this Mamoswine. It was max HP Mamoswine, so it would have been left with like 20%, I think. Out comes Lopunny on this Drapion. You can go ahead and go for the fake out. Ian's going to make a very risky play into his Tapu Koko. If I would have clicked return, I think I would have had a chance to kill this thing, if I'm not mistaken. So, unfortunate stuff there. I swapped out because I didn't want to get hit with Scarf Tapu Koko. But he's going to Baton Pass into his Drapion, getting it +1 defense. As Cresselia is just going to Ice Beam. He's going to go for the Poison Fang, get the 50% poison. Apparently it's badly poisoned, so that really sucks. I hate Poison Fang. And then Ian is going to go ahead and set up the Toxic Spikes. And I'm just trying to whittle down this Drapion. There's nothing I can really do. I can't swap into it, to be fair, because Piloswine gets 2-shot. But down goes Cresselia as Drapion picks up its second kill of the match. Out comes Hydreigon, as Earth Power is going to be able to pick that thing off. I don't know why it said Drapion got 3 kills in here. I'll sort that out later. Piloswine is going to come out here and is going to drop to the extreme speed as I clicked Ice Shard. So definitely unfortunate that I chose to take the damage earlier. Lopunny is going to go for the fake out. Gets poisoned. Oh, I know. It dies to Toxic Spikes. But he actually doesn't go for the Dragon Claw. And Mega Lopunny is going to get the kill with the Ice Punch. But then Drapion getting its third kill with the Toxic Spike. So Ferrothorn going to eat up its Chople Berry and goes for that nice HP Fire, getting rid of this Kartana. Oh my god. I love it. But then EN is going to get pretty close to a max roll. Is going to kill Ferrothorn. Then I'm going to go for the Dark Pulse, predicting the something to come out. I don't really know, because Dark Pulse had a chance of winning me the game. Like, it had a chance of, like, flinching the rest of his team. Well, I think it... Well, that's where if the Draco hit, then I would have had a... I would have won if I would have flinched twice. All I had to do was flinch Halucha once and flinch Coco once, and I would have won. But it's a little hacksy. But anyways, the last game we have is the Slow Bohemians and the Phoenix Flygons. I'm a little disappointed, ASL. I hate seeing 6-0s. That means the match was completely one-sided. I'm very disappointed. I am. We've seen too many 6-0s. Yep, English. Anyways, Registeel being one of the weekly heroes, picking up 6 kills in the match, and let's hop into it. I don't think it was a full, like, Hitmonchan sweep. Well, Hitmonchan style of sweep, but it was nice. It was 6 kills, but I like the nickname Keister. Nice. Domino. But yeah, Registeel just gonna be setting up curses right here. Nothing TJ can really do except for just continuously EQ, but now that he sees rest, he is trembling in his boots, I would assume. Well, I think this is the only Mon that, like, hits the field for Keister. I'm gonna speed this up a little bit because this is, like, unnecessarily I'm gonna skip a couple turns because this is unnecessarily long. Again, if you want to watch it, all the replays are down below. So there's gonna be a couple cursing, moonlights, because I'll show you. Look, 7, the number 7. So they're gonna be attacking back and forth, payback and Ironhead. Okay, so it's whoever gets the flinch or crit first. So they're Domino, the Registeel, getting the crit, but Umbreon outspeeds, so it doesn't really matter. They can just continuously moonlight up, all that good stuff. He's gonna be asleep. He's gonna go into Emboar to try and put on some pressure here. He's gonna Flare Blitz, do abysmal damage. 28%, is going to get one shot by this Earthquake. Crit definitely mattered 100% of the time. Dugtrio is going to come out trying to put a little bit pressure on, but it's like 15%. It's going to get knocked down to its Sash, and the Registeel is going to have to get Earthquaked. Registeel is going to go with the Iron Head. Keister's got 2 kills this thing. Out comes Umbreon. Curse Wars are super fun. There was a crit. He's going to go with the Earthquake, not a crit. Umbreon's going to go for payback. Curse, payback, moonlight, payback, crit, yep. That stuff. Not a crit. What am I talking about? But yeah, you could see why this is unnecessary. Why I would have to sit through all this. But it's what they got to do. Okay. So now Umbreon is struggling. And the Registeel is going to go for the Iron Head. And basically it just wins now because there's nothing that Umbreon can do. It literally wasted all of its moves. All of them. So it's going to go for the struggle. And then Registeel is going to go for the rest. Smart move on Keister. Just because then he's a little bit healthier and let Umbreon kill itself. I don't know if that kill should actually be credited to Registeel. Whatever, we'll leave it. The Deontay is going to go for the Earth Power, doing nothing to the Registeel. Registeel being the Great Wall. It's going to wake up and is going to go for the Iron Head. One shot to the Diancie. That probably could have killed like 17 Diancies. Out comes Magneton. Magneton doesn't kill with Thunderbolt. Registeel going for the Earthquake. Kills that. And let's see if Decidueye can pick up the kill. Spirit Shackle. 7%. Definitely not. And the Registeel gonna go for the Iron Head, getting rid of the Decidueye. And that's gonna be the game. The Phoenix Flygons are gonna improve to 3-0 with a +13, as the Slow Bohemians are gonna fall 1-2 with a -8. So looking at what is upcoming for weekly recap, or just the ASL Season 4, Week 4, that is going to be it for today, guys. Thank you all for watching this segment of Weekly Recap, and I will see you guys all in the next video. Goodbye.